Hi guys, it's Erin. Today we're gonna do some work in the dahlia patch. So first off, I need to clean up the bottoms of these plants, get some more airflow in there. As the weather changes, you can see it's a gray sky. It's September, we're heading towards fall. So I need to get them cleaned up to make sure they stay healthy. I also need to label each plant. At the beginning of the season, I put one big tag at the beginning of each variety of dahlia, but over time, well, they get buried for one, but then when it comes time to digging the tubers, I need to make sure that I don't screw up which plant is which, because I do sell tubers in the spring. So I use this reflective tape. It's a lot of people do it the same way and it works really well. So I will go through here, I will clean up everything underneath. You can see down there how much just debris and everything is underneath. I need to clean up probably a foot down on each of the plants to make sure there's airflow and that there's not a bunch of powdery mildew or anything coming up, building up in there, that I don't have any pests harboring themselves down there. So I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna clean them all up, and then I'm going to label them all, and then just do a general deadhead through the entire patch. It's pretty nuts. I haven't had time to do really a whole lot of field cleanup, and I really need to. It's getting out of control, which makes it all the harder to even want to get started. But today I'm going to start with the dahlias. I've only got a few hours and it's been misty, rainy off and on all day, so we'll see how long I last. And I also brought with me some more baling twine in case I need to tie any more up. One thing I want to say when using this, don't try to use a Sharpie to write the variety on it. It will wear off quickly. Get the garden marker, make sure you use that one. It'll definitely stand up until through all the weather and everything else, up until until you dig them, and then however you store them. As you can see here also, some of these plants are not dahlias. We have celosia, and I have jewels of opar and feverfew that has joined the party. Some of those I might leave in place because I have been cutting from them, but a whole lot of it needs to go. I'm not keeping the feverfew anywhere because it has run amok in this garden, and I need to do something to try and take care of that. All in all, we have a big ton of work to do today. I'm gonna see how far I get. Like I said, first is to clean up the bottom, then is to label everything and trellis as necessary, and then I'll do a big deadheading and clear out these pathways to make sure that we can actually get through from one end to the other and not get gobbled up by the flowers. You can see here, and you probably saw in my the last tour video, or the last harvest video, you really almost can't get through here. Between the dahlias leaning in and the zinnias pulling from the other way, it's a lot. I'm grateful, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for all the flowers, but I need to put in the effort and do some taming of the crazy giant jungle that I have. Okay, so I'm gonna set up a camera. I'll show you on the first couple how exactly it is that I'm gonna clean up the bottom and what that means, what that looks like, the tools that I'm using, which is mostly my hands. And then I'll just get after it, and then we'll walk through what it looks like when I label. And yeah, hopefully this patch looks a whole lot better when we're done today. Okay, I'm gonna start right here with this one. This is an Ivanetti. So down here at the bottom, you can see there's all kinds of greenery, leaves and whatnot. So I'm literally just gonna go in and start pulling it off. It won't hurt the plants at all. I'm actually gonna put gloves on real quick. It's been kind of raining, like I said, this morning, so everything's wet and sort of slimy. So I'm gonna take all these leaves, anything that's touching the ground will be a problem, and pulling weeds as I go, trying to anyway. Okay, and that's it. You can see how much airflow there is around there. There's no weeds hanging out at the bottom, and we'll get in there and clean up all the debris as best we can, but that's a pretty good idea of what we want all of them to look like. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get after it and make a mess. I do have this tool. I don't know what it's called, but it's sharp. It's a really nice blade, and it does a good job of coming in here and getting the small weeds at the root before they really have a chance to grow. I really like this one, so try. I highly recommend finding one of these in your local garden center. I just got it at a Wilco in a neighboring town. So like I said, we've already got a mess started. I'm gonna get going on the rest of these all the way down, and then hopefully we'll be able to have a good clean looking dahlia patch and prevent some disease later on. Okay, so all right, so the first aisleway has been cleared out, stripped the lower leaves. Let me show you what it looks like, and I'll show you the pile that came from it. Okay, look at that. You can see the base of the dahlias all the way down. It looks pretty good. This is what it looked like to begin with. Now you can see the whole path all the way down. This guy, I still need to do. This one, I still need to do. What a mess. And that's the pile just from one aisleway. Whew. Okay, so I'm gonna go get lunch, and then I will come back out here and see how much further I can get. This may end up being a 2-day job because it took me almost 2 hours to get through that one row, and we've got basically 2 more rows to do that too. All right, I'm gonna go get lunch. Sorry, the lighting's bad. Okay, I got as far as I'm gonna get today. I have 3 huge piles of debris in the back of the field, but I did manage. You can see we got through almost all of it. this row, and this row were all done, but the final one I don't have time to get to that. I did want to, however, show you how I label my dahlias. So in this zone, and because I sell my tubers, I dig my dahlias every winter. I wait for hard frost, which is usually the middle of November, right around Thanksgiving. And then I have to know what they are after I've dug them. Once the frost comes, they could turn into complete mush, and I have no idea what anything is. So I use this flagging tape and this garden marker to literally just write the name on it and tie it around the base of the dahlia. I'll show you. So this one right here is Bridezilla. I've already got one here, so I literally just write the name. Tear it off and tie it to the plant. And that's it, just like that. And then this will, the flagging tape is stretchy enough that it won't hurt the dahlia stalk if it gets bigger. You can do this much earlier in the season, and I suggest it actually. But it's an important part of the process for me because I need to, like I said, when I dig these all up, I throw them in crates, and then I really need to know what they are. Otherwise I can't sell my tubers in the spring. So like I said, this is going to take me several hours to go through all of these dahlias. So I'm not going to film the rest of it, but it'll be an ongoing project for the next few days for me, a little bit here and there. The reason I did want to just show you the whole process though. So the reason why we take down all of the lower leaves and all the debris and all the weeds that are down below, the main reason is to keep airflow going through them at the lower level. You can see now there's light coming through that there wasn't before. And that helps to minimize disease. It minimizes bugs harboring over. It keeps the slugs out. Nobody needs those guys in their lives, but I found quite a few of them when I was clearing it out. All in all, it's really just healthier for the plants. When our weather starts to turn, which it looks like it's going to, really starting tomorrow, it's hard on these guys. I don't want to get powdery mildew, or at least stave it off as long as I can, but it's going to start raining. It's going to start being cool, gray days, and that's just a recipe for things going south with my dahlias. And they're in their prime right now, and I don't want to lose that. So I take that all down every year. I try to do it earlier in the year, but things just got away from me. And then labeling them so for when I dig them in the fall, or in the winter. You don't have to wait to do this. You can definitely do it earlier. I recommend you do it earlier, just to check it off your plate. This time of year, there's a lot of other things to do. So the other thing that I didn't get to was a real deep deadheading. I'll try to get that done tomorrow. That way anything that's remaining will be usable for the market this Saturday. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope maybe you learned something or just got some inspiration to get out into your dahlia patch. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.